I got some of the brothers to check in. And we're going to have a conversation, man. Okay? We're going to have a conversation, but I want you to also remember that today's program is brought to you by Bloodline Films in collaboration with LWFtraining.com. All right, our brother Juan J. Johnson believes that there is a lone wolf in all of you, no point intended. So definitely go check our brother out. Juan J. Johnson, LWFtraining.com for all your firearms needs, ladies and gentlemen. For all of them. Check him out. All right, especially right now. Although we've been saying it for a couple years now, check him out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I get all the way into this thing, can you let your boy know who's in the building today? If you're in the building, holla at us in the chat. Holla at us in the chat. Let me get a little chef in here real quick. Let me get a little chef.
Peace, peace, peace. If you're in the building, holla at your boy. Alright? It's definitely been a minute since we have come together to bring y'all one of these conversations, but holla at us, let us know it's real. Okay, let me go in here and see what's popping right now. Who's in the building? Indeed. Let me see. Okay, we got my brother. Yes, indeed, I see the guard. My brother ABM is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute the brother ABM. Yes, indeed. Who else in here? Caddy Gang. I have never seen you before. But be prepared to be triggered. Caddy Gang. Salute the Caddy Gang for checking in for the first time. Salute. Yes, indeed. We shall see who Caddy Gang is as the broadcast goes on.
All right, so salute. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are sharing this thing out if you haven't already done so. Let me get my brothers in here before I start pulling up what I need to pull up, man. Man, we got the Wolf. We got the brother Q. Man, let me drop this thumbnail down and check in with these brothers because it has been a minute since we came to you the way we come to you. Brother Q from Let's Talk To, man. Salute the Q, y'all.
Salute, everyone. Glad we could be here.
Q, you done grew it out, man. Oh, it's been a minute. Look at Q.
Yeah. I see we're here for this special presentation.
That's right. Look at brother Q. Q done grew it out, y'all. Shout out to brother Q. You understand? And ladies and gentlemen, let's be very clear. The wolf is in the building. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. How are you this evening, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm glad to be here. Long time no see. Looking forward to the conversation. Okay. I may have a different spin on this, but you know what? I look forward to the conversation.
Yes, sir. Gentlemen, I think, I don't know if it's me or any one of you, there seems to be some trash in the microphone. Let's see if we can clear this up for us. I'm not sure who it's coming from. But, yeah, shout out to brother ABM, man. Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure to have all the bros in here. I'm going to check in on my brother, Dr. Short, see how he making. I haven't spoken to him in a while either. But, gentlemen, this Charlie Kirk thing has taken on a hell of a fucking personality on its own, y'all. And I got to tell you, man, I'm hoping to use this opportunity to educate. But regardless of what this is, you know, people are going to feel some type of way, regardless of what information, data, etc. is presented in this moment, right? Gentlemen, I'm not sure who that is. Let me see if it's me. Is that me? Q. Let me see. Q, if you can press that.
Let me know.
Let me see.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Okay, so yeah, we got Wolf on mute. Go ahead, say something, Q. Let me check
You,
you. Talk.
you hear me?
Okay, you good. Okay, yeah. So, Brother Wolf, it was you. Okay, so what we'll do is just make sure we're muting up every time somebody has their chance to have a conversation. But okay, so gentlemen, what I want to do here in this moment, hold on, nah, I think that's you, Q. Yeah, that's you. That's you. That's not Wolf. What I want to
Okay, give
do,
me 1 second.
okay, yeah, what I want to do, y'all, is a couple things I need to bring up, right? There's so much mixed feelings about this particular Charlie Kirk situation, right? And some folks believe that black folks are experiencing some kind of Stockholm syndrome when it comes to the Charlie Kirk situation. Okay, and I gotta tell you, man. I mean, again, we gotta see what's happening with folks. I mean, enemy of my enemy is my friend. How does this work? I'm trying to really get some understanding of that. I want to pull up something real quick though, okay? And I want everybody to give it some thought. When you hear a Jewish person, the small hat community says, "Never forget," right? I wanted to compare what that looks like for black folks. Is there a such thing as us never forgetting, or always, or never remembering shit? Right? And I wanted to just bring up some definitions of what we got some help from a couple of your Google sources and things, comparing the differences, right? Now, chat, I tapped chat on the shoulder, right? And I said, chat, help me out a little bit to get some understanding. Because, we'll get a moment going where folks that had their t-shirts, niggas is out there with the fists in the air, and the next thing you know, we ain't got nothing else popping. Nothing else. So, the difference between remembering and forgetting, right? The comparisons. Remembering means successfully retrieving information that was previously stored in memory, while forgetting is the loss or inaccessibility of that very information, y'all. Okay? Let me say it one more time. Remembering is the successful retrieving of what's already been put in your damn head. You got the info, right? We've heard the stories. We know, you hear folks saying, "Oh, I heard this before." Okay, cool. Forgetting, though, is the loss or inaccessibility of that information. And this appears to be something that Black America, unfortunately, collectively suffers from. Now, I hear in the Jewish community all the time when we see it, they say it out loud. This is a thing that they live by. Never forget. Okay? Now, the emotion, right, that black folks, that we exude any given time, right? It has like these short spurts, right? It's like a short-lived experience for us. It's never retained long enough to really maintain the same energy for the person that inflicted this said experience on us, right? For those of you who are new, yes, this is a blackety black platform. Okay? I got another platform that's all neutral. That's everybody love everybody. That's another platform for y'all. Okay? So if you're here for the first time, this is blackety black. Okay? Just want to be clear. But we're going to try to be slant to the objectivity. At least I will. The brothers, I look forward to their interpretation. I want to hear what the brothers got to say about this whole thing. But yes, let's be very clear. This is a blackety black platform. Okay? So, again, having seen these things, Charlie Kirk, the saying is Charlie, he watched his kid saw him get gunned down right in front of their eyes, right? Yeah, shout out to Sister Rep. Salute, sis. Salute. Yeah, the kid saw your boy Charlie Kirk get his neck split right in front of his eyes. The wife saw it, right? Do you have no sympathy? Do you have no empathy for that? How dare you celebrate the loss of this man, having his son and his daughter witness this stuff? Now look, and this is one of the greater reasons why I had to get the brothers in here, particularly the brother Wolf in here. This is a listen. When you want to get some gospel, you go to the preacher. When you want to talk war, and this is what I believe we are in, and we have been in for quite some time, you go to a guy that's on the field. You bring him in and had a conversation. Okay? So look at this here. This is something that I want us to go ahead and tap into. Look, empathy, right? Empathy versus morality. Okay? Now, again, we hear things like, oh, black folks are the moral compass of America. What does that do for the condition with which we don't control? I mean, the condition / environment that we don't control or even have majority ownership in. What does that do for a moral people? Right? You don't get to control shit. That it sounds fly. It really does. But the reality is our solid, grounding doesn't change the systems that are in place. Okay, so let's read this. Let's try to educate a little bit here. These are some things I just want y'all to marinate and put in the back of your head as we continue the tribute. We'll get into as we get into the tribute of your boy Charlie Kirk. Empathy is the ability to share another's feelings, while morality is a code of conduct or principles guiding right and wrong. Okay? I want y'all to marinate on that, family. Marinate on it. Again, one more time. Empathy is the ability to share another's feelings, while morality is a code, family, of conduct or principles guiding right and wrong. Okay, let me read on a little bit more. Empathy can be motivated moral behavior, but it is not synonymous with morality. Okay? As it can also lead to biased or morally wrong decisions, ladies and gentlemen, such as favoring one's family over fairness. Now, I'm just laying the groundwork for everybody. Normally, I don't try to get super educated in this, but I want cats to really I want us to look ourselves in the mirror and say, what are the things that motivate us, drive us, move us in the way that we think? Why do we choose in certain situations to be sympathetic, empathetic, or we choose the moral high ground over doing the right thing, vice versa, y'all? Right? That's something that I just want to lay the groundwork for that. Right? Morality requires, let me make sure y'all hear this. Morality requires a system of principles and values that are not always based on personal feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? But on broader concepts like impartiality and societal good. Okay? We getting this thing started, man. All right, we're getting this started. Shout out to the brother Wolf. Reminding y'all to make sure you like, share, subscribe, and contribute to the program. Okay? Contribute to the program tonight. So again, what drives the way that we think, ladies and gentlemen? Okay? Now again, mixed reviews. Just setting this program up. Go right to these brothers. Matter of fact, let me touch on the brothers real quick because I need to hear from brother Q. Morality versus empathy. All right. Well, morality versus empathy. What does that look like to you, brother Q? And are we victims or prisoners of our own moral compass? Since Black America is the moral fiber of this country. This is what we hear. This is what we say. Many believe. Black America is the moral fiber of this country. What say you, sir?
Did you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Now we can hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got this. I had to go to my lapel mic right now. But anyway, I think that has been something like a slogan, Chef C, a standard, a code of conduct that we should have been living by, that maybe was passed down by our ancestors, but unfortunately we have fell short. We have fell short because of political affiliation to certain organizations, certain ways of life that it is not as the standard of doing right, having integrity. We have lost that. And usually people don't realize they lost it until it's almost gone or till they're on the brink of destruction. And the only reason that what brings us back to it is you got to govern yourself. You got to have a high standard code of conduct on yourself before you try to enjoin that on others. Having empathy for a human being, a dog, a cat, a bird, humanity, life, and understanding how fragile all of our lives are should be an innate behavior. But because of our social conditioning, a lot of us have lost that.
Well, would you say, brother Q, would you say that moral foundation, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, just asking, sir, would you say that moral foundation with which our community used to move died with the ancestors?
It died with the connection to the ancestors. We should be thankful for those that have tried to hold it down and to continue to teach, continue to pass down the oral tradition of a group of people. When you look at the ancestors, a group of people who were in some of the most extreme oppressive conditions historically than any other group of people. And sometimes as Black Americans, we need to pat ourselves on the back because we made it this far. We done got through some shit. However, we shouldn't be taking a victory lap and forget who we are, what got us to this point, and the plight of our people. And when we continue to not understand that and start doing monkey shit and dumb shit, that's when we become bankrupt. We become morally bankrupt. You have to have checks and balances. You just have to. Govern yourself so others don't have to. Because the way that others govern you, you can't dictate. It might be their foot up your ass. It could be all types of things. That's when you no longer govern yourselves. I.e. the National Guard come and put their foot to ass. You have nobody else for this. Yes, there's been some outside forces, but they don't make you act the way you act. And I'm gonna land my plane, sir.
Yes, sir. Shout out to our brother Q. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, look. I understand that position. So ultimately, to sum it up, there's room for, based off this dictionary's this definition. Let me pull it back up one more time for everybody. Based off this definition, are you saying that there's only room for empathy, but not so much room for morality anymore?
I think that definition is a little jaded.
Gotcha.
I think it's always room for i.e. improvement when it comes to having some type of empathy. Empathy is not it's something, and even because of the topic of the show, you look at what Charlie Kirk said about empathy.
Hey, I
Um,
got it lined up, Q.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
it lined. But anyway, go ahead. Do
So
your thing.
so when you look at empathy, is that there's a certain set of people you have to have been through some stuff. Some of us have never seen death. And
Come
when
on,
I
Q.
mean death, we know people that have died, but some of us have never seen somebody die because of your hands in front of you, so forth and so on. Some of us lack that type of empathy because we believe that we're cold blooded.
Mm,
And then through experience, you may see it and it may change your whole outlook on a lot of stuff.
that
Your
part.
experience sometimes, when you weren't taught certain behaviors, ways of thinking, your experience will change that.
Mm.
As they
Well,
say, you got to go through some shit to be through. You have to go through some shit to get to where we get to where you're gonna be.
that part. That part, Q. Well, I mean that's a very interesting way. Let that percolate in y'all heads, audience. Salute to y'all as well. If you're here for the race bait, you hate watching, hit a like or hit a dislike. Do us that favor.
Chef C,
Yes, sir.
I will say that I love that you decided to talk about this. I think Charlie Kirk is a fascinating figure. And I know that Brother Juan and myself, 9 times out of 10, we're on the same page with this. Um, and I'm glad we're going to get into it and not be because sometimes when you're talking about subjects like this that are so recent, some of us have too much emotion when we're talking about something that's tragic or something that's prevalent. And we as melanated folks in this country, I believe that we need to learn to take all the emotion out of it
Mm, come on.
and think of it intellectually and think of it factually and understand that just because we're talking about something doesn't mean it's our business.
Okay, Q. Okay. I
And
could
just
get with that.
because you're emotional about something doesn't make it right because we are triggered. If you look at all social media today, it's a lot of people triggered. I have a very, very close friend of mine who didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was until yesterday. He
Come on.
didn't know who he was. Like literally, he's not into politics like that. He didn't know who he was. And we had a conversation and people outside things have been trying to get him to form an opinion about Charlie Kirk.
Mm.
And he's like, look, I don't know who he is. So I'm glad we get into this discussion as a way of Pat Talk coming back on the scene.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to Brother Q, man. God damn it. Yes, indeed. Brother Q. All right. Let me go to our brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. Same thing I posed to the Wolf. Now, again, he's our brother Wolf. He's ordained, but he got a lot of fuck around and find out energy with him as
I
well.
will shoot you.
Yeah, this is a train killer, quite frankly. So and he's 10 toes down on that. This is a train killer. Okay. But Wolf, I mean, when it comes to empathy and morality, sir, should any of one of those be thrown away as a means for the preservation of Black America? What say you, sir?
No, I think that empathy stands on its own. Empathy, again, is having the ability to understand and share feelings of another.
Okay.
We're talking about the death of a person, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Greek, African, West Indian, Caribbean, it's still somebody got killed. So I can empathize about the death of somebody without agreeing with his views. And in times of death, for me personally, because I understand the concept of eulogizing a person,
Mm-hmm.
most people in times of death, when you eulogize somebody, it calls for speaking well of the dead, in spite of their uh, their past, so what their views. I don't know Charlie Kirk. For disclosure, I didn't really follow him. So what Q said queued me up very good. Okay. Because I didn't really follow him. I saw some videos, some things he said, but he wasn't on my radar.
Mm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but I saw some things, and I'm pretty sure uh, the doctor, the professor, the chef, or the Michelin chef is going to
Sir.
bring. He's going to bring up some things. He's going to remind us of what Charlie said and stood for. And I look forward to hearing that. But at the end of the day, yes, I empathize for him and his family, his two daughters, his wife. They were on the scene when he was killed.
Mm.
And I'm not going to put Charlie Kirk in the same category as Malcolm X. But let me say this: Malcolm's wife and his daughters were on the scene when he got killed.
Hold on, Wolf. Listen, I want to say that man, goddamn, every time Wolf get on, I got to do a disclaimer. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the thoughts and sentiments of the speakers are their own and not mine. Okay, just know that. But go ahead, brother Wolf. I knew he's
Yeah.
going to do it.
So again, white America see Charlie Kirk different than black America. But let me be very clear with black America. It's millions of black Americans who love some Charlie Kirk. Huh? Everybody ain't mad at Charlie Kirk in black America.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody not mad. You got a contingency of Christians out there who believe and stand on the principles of Jesus Christ, and they 10 toes down with Charlie Kirk in America. Huh?
Look, look. I didn't know you was gonna say that shit. Listen, Wolf said what he said. What he said. Okay. You know, I'm gonna drop the link real quick, man. Goddamn, I'm gonna drop the link
Yeah,
because I know some of y'all is feeling some type of way in there.
yeah.
You know. So if you feel some type of way, you go ahead and hit that link. Goddamn it. But Wolf said what he said.
I'm just keeping 100. Everybody in black America is not disappointed with Charlie Kirk. Keep it 100. And everybody in black America don't even know who the hell he is or who he
That part.
was.
That part.
You know,
I'm
remember,
willing to put money.
huh?
I'm willing to put money that majority of people didn't know who Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
Q.
yeah.
I'm willing to put money because the thing about it is we are so triggered by things racially from an emotional standpoint. It's all you got to do is make a 20-minute, 20-second clip of someone, and you automatically gonna say, "Oh, they racist. Oh, they this, they that, they bigot, they homophobic, they this, that, and the third." So we are triggered. We are clickbait and uh programmed to have an emotional reaction over everything.
An emotional response. Come on, Q.
We're the target audience to get us riled up in affairs that don't even, for the most part, have anything to do with us. But as Hannibal said, we smoking on that Charlie pack today,
Oh, come on.
and we're gonna discuss it. And we gonna discuss it.
Shout out to Hannibal. Salute Hannibal. God damn it, Hannibal and shit. Look. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this before we get into some of these clips. Right? I'm just laying the groundwork for everybody. Just laying the groundwork. You know, I considered Charlie to be a very intelligent guy. Don't get me wrong. Look, did I agree with a lot of the shit he said? No. I found some of the shit that he would spew to be extremely detrimental to black America. doesn't negate, though, objectively, let's be clear, objectively doesn't negate his strategic, because that's strategic points with which he decided to address, right? But here's what I do. Here's what I want to say, and I want to show this real quick. Let's go. Check this out. See, a lot of folks forget this right here. Okay. 10 stages of genocide. And I believe Black America collectively, we are literally in that final stage. We've made it. Congratulations, we're here. Okay. Congratulations, we are here. And I would say number 6, I believe that is number 6 in this 10 stages of genocide, requires polarization. Okay? To turn a system, a media system, or weaponize that very system in a way with which it begins to project a people group in a certain light consistently and consecutively. Right? That then, by just sheer nature, programs an audience to automatically have less empathy for that group of people. I am here to say, ladies and gentlemen, I highly doubt that a Charlie Kirk was unaware of what his sentiments can do to the collective of a people. And he anchored a lot of his stuff in excessive rhetoric toward one specific group, and that is our people. That is our people. This is why on any given day, right? The mere fact, let me remind y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all something here. Let me stop fucking around. I ain't gonna play no more. Let's get serious, okay? Let's get serious. Because at any given time, people could say, right, when a situation like our sister Sonia Massey, okay, happens. Folks immediately go to a place where they say, oh, she was throwing something at the officer. Okay? She was throwing something at the officer. Well, all Charlie was doing was just speaking his piece and having an opinion. He didn't have to die for it. He did not have to die for it, as many have said in the past, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Many have echoed that sentiment. Let me pull it up. But in forgetting, okay, common sense eludes our people. It can elude our people. 1 minute you're outraged, next minute you take that same outrage over to someone else. Yeah, shout out to our brother Wolf. A lot of black folks like Charlie Kirk. Charlie ain't had no sympathy for this sister here that I'm about to show y'all. Let me remind you, as the Jews say, never forget. Okay? Let me speed this up. Okay? Because our people are visual learners. Okay? Fair use.
In the name of Jesus. I'll shoot you in the name of Jesus. You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face. Okay, I'm sorry. Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the...
Huh? Huh? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, y'all. Never forget. Huh? Brother Q, I mean, look. Q, talk to me, man. I mean, look. I'm slow walking this tonight. Okay? Tribute to Charlie. Tribute to Charlie. Indeed. For all the sympathizers who feel a particular way, he didn't have to go like that. All he was doing was giving his opinion. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. All he was doing was giving his opinion. Okay? Shout out to our brother ABM for... man. Shout out to brother ABM for becoming the sponsor of today's broadcast and particularly, most importantly, joining today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother ABM for checking in. Brother ABM, I appreciate you becoming a sponsor, brother. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Most definitely keeping this thing open tonight to have a conversation, sir. Salute to our brother ABM. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm just waking this up. I'm slow walking this. I'm going to change that and put my brother ABM in the lights today. But I'm slow walking this because, again, we suffer as a people. We forget more than we remember. Okay, as a collective. And I believe that, our moral foundation oftentimes outweighs our desire to preserve who we are as a collective of people. Right? I think that moral fiber of it's just let's just be right all the time.
No moral foundation. No moral. What moral? What?
Come on.
Moral what? Black people was cussing me out because I didn't get the shot.
Come on. All right. Well, if you want to go there tonight,
You some death on me, like many men from 50 Cent. Many men wish
death upon Wolf.
Okay, ain't no moral, ain't no moral nothing with the black community. What do we have? What are we talking about? I ain't forgot the shot, man. I'll never forget how I was treated by black people during the COVID piece. And they ain't said nothing since, but I ain't forgot. So don't give me moral. We ain't no moral conscious. Because I was trying to tell folks, don't get the shot. Nigga, you killing us. Get away from me. Stay away from me. You get me with this moral piece you talking about.
They care more about being Democrat than being black.
Yes, I like it. Come with it tonight, brothers. Yeah, see, welcome back, y'all. Pat Talk is back. God damn it, that's what I'm talking about.
Just saying, we're not no moral conscious of nothing.
Nothing. Hold on, nothing, Wolf.
Nothing. Why do we have to be the moral conscious of anything? Who slapped that on us and said that's what you are? Who told us that? Huh? Do they call the Asian community the moral conscious of the Asian community? Or the Latinos moral conscious? Or the Jamaicans or the Africans? Why the hell does the black community has to be the moral conscious of anything? We're just trying to survive in the world that's against us. And I mean literally a world, because everybody I come across, they got something against what black Americans. So ain't no moral nothing, man. Miss me.
Okay. Yeah, let's get back to it. See, the people been waiting on us to get on this type of time. God damn it! Let me go to Q, man. Q, you had something, then I got to go to the guard, brother ABM. Q, man, what's your piece on this, man? Talk to me, particularly that moral piece.
Okay, when you speak about the morality and sound say put it on black people as a collective care more about being democratic than being black.
That part.
Oh shit! Easy,
that part right there. Shit. How you gonna be the moral anything?
Black people in America, there is a select few that don't, and they're the minority. They take all their cues from the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party teaches the black man how to eat, how to think, how to walk, how to talk, how to be a victim, everything. Black Americans are tied with the Democratic Party. That's who we are. We're the Democratic Party.
Mm.
And everything that the Democratic Party, the handlers of the Democratic Party, tell us to do, Negroes do it.
Oh shit!
Period.
Come on, man.
Oh, you got to take the jab. Man, it became the pandemic of the unvaccinated. So you're blaming the unvaccinated for the pandemic? Yeah, that part. They was. They was. They tell us when to be triggered, and we get triggered. They use our trauma, and they profit off our trauma, use our trauma, and we don't even get tangibles.
Mm.
We ain't got a reparation yet, but they keep
Come on.
rolling out the same play, using our trauma. Oh, Charlie Kirk this, Charlie Kirk that. Charlie Kirk had a right under the Constitution to say what he wanted to say. Is he selling drug? Is he selling drugs in our community? Is he bringing guns in our community? Is he terrorizing Chicago and D.C.? But the leadership there continues mismanaging money that's allocated towards you and I, and then we saying it's okay. And then we'll say statements like this: "It always got to be crabs in a barrel." Well,
Mm.
motherfucker, crabs don't inhabitate in a barrel. You dumb.
Oh shit! Roll with it, Q. God damn it. Okay, roll with it. Shit.
Rest easy, Charlie Kirk.
Shit. Yo. Let me go to my brother ABM, man. Look, I know y'all was gonna feel like this. I should have known though. I shouldn't have been surprised, brother ABM. Sir, what's your interpretation of what you heard so far, sir? And welcome back, man, to the platform, sir. Salute the brother ABM, y'all.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, shout out to Chef C, letting me on. Wolf, what up? Q, what up? Shout out to Dr. Short. I spoke to Dr. Short last night. He dealing with his mom and all that. You know what I mean? Let's keep Dr. Short in our prayers.
Right,
Um,
right.
but I'm gonna hop right on in. I got a little bit of a different view on this whole thing. Everybody know how I feel about Democrats. I hate them, can't stand them.
Come on.
I am not a Republican. I am a conservative.
Yes, sir.
I am not one of the black nigga flunkies, black nigga flunky conservatives that Charlie Kirk put on over the years, because I'm just finding out Charlie Kirk put on a lot of your more known, well-known black conservatives. Yeah, a lot of
Wake
these
that.
black conservatives that you
Wake
see,
that up. Who? Give us one.
Hotep Jesus. What's the gay dude, the little sassy dude?
With the blonde hair.
No, not him.
Not that one. Okay.
Always rock the MAGA hat, the red MAGA hat.
Oh,
Henry
the
Ridley.
little Webster looking
Yeah,
dude.
little sassy dude.
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
I think Brandon Tatum. Put it this way,
They from the Charlie camp.
dog. He put a lot of them on. Put it this way, most of your black conservatives that you saw at the White House, right? When Trump invited them to the White House for Black History Month, most of them was from the Charlie Kirk camp. Charlie Kirk put that together. He put that together. He did that. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of them. So let me say that from the outset. I ain't one of them niggas. All right. My thing is this, and I'm not even really interested in the why part. You know what I mean? Already the conspiracy theories is coming out. I'm not really interested in that.
Right.
Charlie Kirk ultimately was irrelevant. He wasn't a lawmaker, wasn't a policymaker. Yeah, he's took some pictures with Trump. Yeah, he's been on stage with Trump a couple of times. He's not in his cabinet. He has no formal position anywhere outside of that organization that he's co-started, Turning Point. Charlie Kirk was irrelevant. That's why you got cats out here like, who's Charlie Kirk? I never gave a shit for him. I've heard some of the shit he said over the years. Charlie Kirk is another average white man, and you know how it is. You can be an average white man and fall ass backwards into money and power and shit. That's why he has to talk all that IQ crap, because he knows he don't have no real skill set. He don't have a real talent to speak of. So now he has to go into the whole IQ argument and all this shit. His comments about George Floyd during the whole George Floyd thing. And, you know, y'all have heard me say it about Black Lives Matter. One of the reasons why I voted for Trump was I was hoping that Trump would personally go after Black Lives Matter leadership, which he hasn't done. Okay. Big mouth, loud mouth conservatives like Charlie Kirk and all of this shit, they wanted to talk about Black Lives Matter, and rightfully so. But you know what? Republicans and conservatives failed to really do something. Where they at? Why you don't see no more arrests? Why you don't see audits?
Come on.
You talked a good game about Black Lives Matter, but now y'all boy Trump is back in the White House and shit. Nobody's doing nothing. This is why I say he was irrelevant to me. Hold on for a second.
Well, brother ABM is bringing some shit up. Look,
I'm back.
Go ahead. Keep cooking.
Because you conservatives talk shit. You're real big in Twitter spaces, and you're real big on your podcast, but in reality, y'all motherfuckers don't do shit. What's Charlie Kirk's claim to fame? He goes to colleges and debates kids. That's your claim to fame. You don't even debate nobody your age. No matter what you want to say about George Floyd, no matter what type of a scumbag you want to say George Floyd was, the bottom line is that for people like Charlie Kirk to talk all this Constitution shit, Second Amendment, this, that, and the third, well, then the Constitution should apply to everything. The same way you just heard Q say. He has his right to say what he want to say. George Floyd had his right to go to court and plead his innocence. But Charlie Kirk was one of the main people that pushed that bullshit fentanyl overdose.
Come on.
So now that Charlie Kirk is deceased, I mean, what was it, the bullet or was it the Fetty? I don't know. Maybe we ought to wait till the autopsy come out. Maybe we need a documentary about Charlie Kirk, and you know what I mean, might be that Fetty Wap that took Charlie Kirk out for real, not that bullet. Huh? People like Charlie Kirk with all the George Floyd memes and all that shit. Oh yeah, it was real fun. Is it too soon for the Charlie Kirk memes? When do we get to come out with our Charlie Kirk memes? Is it still going to be funny? I mean, I'm just saying.
But the ABM, you get dark as shit,
Republicans.
Go ahead.
This is why Republicans and conservatives, white conservatives, and all your little nigga flunkies are cowards.
Come on.
Because you continue and listen, I get it. This ain't the 90s Republican Party no more. Times change. Cool. But y'all been riding high because of Trump. When y'all lose elections, like they lost in 2020, then it starts being, well, why black people don't vote Republican? You know, when are black people going to get off the Democrat plantation? Well, the reason why black people don't is because people like Charlie Kirk. And you're too fucking cowardly to say that out loud. Donald Trump is the main reason why Republicans are still afloat. When he first started running, Republicans didn't like him. Until he delivered for your asses. Now all of a sudden everybody's MAGA. Now, having said all that, I don't feel the need to dance on Charlie Kirk's grave because at the end of the day, he's irrelevant. He has no bearing on black life whatsoever, no matter what he says, no matter how big his platform is. I think on Twitter, he might have had 6 million followers or some shit. At the end of the day, he doesn't affect me, you, nobody else. He's another white man shooting his mouth off. So I don't have to show him empathy. You know what I mean? I see a lot of black people. Well, you know, he had a wife and kids. I don't really care. It's kind of like somebody telling me who won the World Series. I don't watch baseball, so I don't care. I don't care who wins the World Series. Charlie Kirk got pew-pewed yesterday. I don't really care. I wasn't talking about him last week, and I'm not going to spend too much talking about him now. Black people don't have to. You don't have to feel like this is some sort of victory because he was nobody. And this is when I agree with Q. Negroes got to get out of this emotional shit. This ain't got nothing to do with us. This is the culture war between conservatives and liberals in this country. Ain't got shit to do with us. No matter how you feel about Charlie Kirk. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about, I send my condolences, bullshit. No, I don't. And I'm not going to laugh about it because he's just not that important to me. And I'll land right there.
Salute to our brother ABN, man. Damn, that motherfucker was cooking right there. Goddamn. Shit. Well, you know what, y'all? Listen, I have a little different take on it because I know one thing. When many influencers get shot, there isn't a moment of silence for them in the Congress room. Look, okay? When you have a whole side and you sit them down and you say, listen, let's give a moment of silence for essentially this influencer. He's an influencer. It's not over, he was an influencer. He was a content creator. Okay? He was a content creator. Okay? This is what it has become. The content creator now goes to the halls of Congress. Ain't that some shit? Let me play this, y'all. Fair use. A little moment of silence for your boy Charlie, as they say. And there's some collective outrage because people decided that, okay, enough for the fucking silence. Okay? Why the fuck I gotta make all this silence for Charlie? Who is he to me? But what I'm particularly pulling up here is you're gonna hear your girl Jasmine. It sounds like your girl Jasmine Crockett was in this room. Okay? Shout out to your girl Jasmine. Okay? I know it's pretty low, y'all. I got it up as high as I can.
What purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise?
Y'all hear?
No.
Damn. This one was so fucking low.
Let's wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
Y'all hear? Y'all hear Jasmine?
The House will be in order.
I hear him. I don't hear Jasmine.
How can I get this louder?
The House will be in order.
Shit, that's as loud as it goes.
We will join prayer right after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication. The House will be in order.
Now, the reason I'm showing this, ladies and gentlemen, I guess when it comes to who you influence, right? determines your importance depend on, is determined upon the importance of who you were behind certain doors. But I did a little Google search today, y'all. And if y'all want to look it up yourselves, Pew Research says that for every single calendar day here in these United States of America, there are 36 to 38 black people killed. 36 to 38. Just want y'all to let that marinate, Black America. 36 to 38 black folks killed. So, of course, the Negroes, the Negropeans, and the apologists, or particularly the Negropeans, the coons. Oh, well, that's black on black crime. Yeah, but the way I look at this, and there's no but. In the halls of Congress, I don't see moment of silence going on for those 36 to 38 killed every day. All right? What I do see and hear are bottom feeding coons looking to be the next person pat on their top of their fucking head by Zaddy. Okay? But again, Charlie Kirk apparently was enough of a person in this world for the House of Representative, I believe this guy is, or the Congress, whatever this head chair, whatever this guy's name is, to bang the gavel in that room and basically tell everybody to shut the fuck up while we put some respect on my friend.
That's the Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. See, for me, I look at it, y'all, and I say, political gang warfare. Okay? Charlie, some folks are saying Charlie got what he deserved. Chickens have come home to roost on Charlie. Okay? So when I say a tribute to the young man, let's bring up what the tribute is, and I'm going to go to the next clip and keep this thing going. Tribute. Okay? To tribute someone means to show deep respect, gratitude, or admiration for them, often through an act / gift or formal expression of praise, which we saw that this house guy was trying to do here. However, in the way that I am presenting the tribute, okay, it's going to be a little bit different than what you would normally think, ladies and gentlemen. All right? To show, what I'm going to do is show through action, words and grip. A tribute can be anything from a floral offering to a funeral service, or the recognition, with which we're going to be doing here, of his acts. That's what I'm doing. It is a way to acknowledge someone's good work, comma, skill, comma, or character. And what I'm going to present, this is just from a neutral, but I'm coming from a place of understanding. Our people forget if they don't see it. Okay?
All right, so watch this. Let me get some context.
Talk to me. Come with me. Walk with me.
The Speaker of the House is not just anybody. Okay? The Speaker of the House is third in line of the President of the United States if the President and the Vice President was killed. That's not just anybody talking. This is the second or the third in line of succession when the President, or if the President or the Vice President is killed. And if the Speaker of the House is making a tribute, he ain't just talking to nobody. He talking to everybody. Okay? about Charlie Kirk. Again, I'm just giving some context. Now, what I didn't hear all that Jasmine Crockett said, but she probably was offended and said, "You may." She probably was offended, but I want the people to see the bigger picture. If Trump passed away tomorrow, if the vice president passes away tomorrow by some unforeseen reason,
Come on.
Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, will be the President of the United
I
States.
can't stand the word empathy.
Okay, so him doing a tribute is major because he's speaking to maybe 100 million people that supported Trump. That's no small number. And let me give you even broader context.
Come on with it.
Charlie Kirk may not have meant nothing to the Black collective, but Charlie Kirk meant a lot to white America, who would not say what they wanted to say in public, but Charlie Kirk could say it publicly. So they would have some of these had the same views in private, but dare not say it in public. Watch this. My comparison, I keep saying, I'm not going to compare him to Malcolm. It's not about comparing Charlie with Malcolm. It's saying that Malcolm spoke things in public that Black folks said in private.
Come on.
And got killed for it in front of his children. I'm just drawing a parallel. In white culture, white society right now, they see Charlie as a martyr.
That's the part. Come on, Wolf. I wasn't going to go there that soon, but go fuck it. Go ahead.
Martyr. Okay? And I
Most
don't
definitely, he's a hero.
He's a hero.
He's a hero.
He's no
Most
small
definitely.
piece on the chessboard. Trust me. He ain't just a pawn. Because you got pawns, you got rooks, you got bishops, you got the queen and the king. He ain't no pawn. He's more than a pawn. He had the ear of the presidency, and he has the ear of the Speaker of the House, who's second or third in line of succession if something happens to the vice president or the president. This is no small matter in white dominant culture. I mean,
Chef C.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
One of the things that I wanted to speak about, and I don't want to forget this thought,
Go ahead.
to reiterate what the brothers had both just said, is not only did he have the ear of the presidency, not only did he have the ear of the House Speaker, Charlie Kirk had the pulse of these college campuses.
That part.
These college campuses are breeding grounds for indoctrination. Most of the time, they're in breeding grounds for indoctrination for liberal agenda.
Correct.
Charlie Kirk was the opposite of that. Charlie Kirk, unfortunately, is two things that I agree with him on. Two things. The rest, I believe he was misinformed and he lacked history and education. But two things that I agree with Charlie Kirk on is Second Amendment and his First Amendment right to speak. Charlie Kirk's program was prove me wrong.
Right.
No intellectual debated him, like Brother ABM said. No intellectual paid him any attention because they didn't think that he had the capacity to be a good debater. So he would debate those of our younger generation. He was a kid. He was 31 years old. He's a kid compared to me. He was somebody that I would, like ABM say, would be irrelevant, but he had significance. And when you look at what he was the conservative answer to David Hogg.
That part.
He was the conservative answer to David Hogg. One of the things, and I don't want to stretch the conversation too far, is when you talk about death of Black people that we know, family members, anything that we see, the minute that anything that we see gets politicized in this country, it loses its essence. So, though we know that Charlie Kirk was shot in public, and the video, just think about it. The video of Charlie Kirk getting shot was on every social media. It wasn't getting censored.
Right. Right.
That was a threat,
Intentional.
intentional threat to freedom of speech. I would not be surprised if somebody from the right wing did it, believe it or not the left wing, the right wing. Because Charlie Kirk was, right, as Juan was saying, Charlie Kirk was saying things out loud that a lot of people feel. He was blowing the lid off of it. And at his age, given the type of person he was from the few things that I saw, he might have evolved. I don't know in his thinking and in what he believed to be true. Because a lot of times, people believe things until they get more information or life experience, and then they will change a lot of their core beliefs. So I say that was an attack. And one of the core things that we do on Pat Talk is speak our Constitution. That was an attack on what?
Right.
First Amendment
Freedom of speech.
and the Second Amendment.
That's right.
You will see Congress in the next 60 days talking about gun control.
Mm.
Charlie Kirk was a big 2A advocate. So much so that the people that are mocking his death, laughing his death, are thinking it apropos that he died by the hands of an assault rifle.
Mm.
So, though I definitely agree with ABM when he said that he was irrelevant, but he was significant. And this is why they will martyr him. He will be their hero. He will have statues. Yesterday he got martyred. He became a martyr yesterday, which is crazy when you think about it. Because you killed the person, but you didn't kill the ideas. He's trending. You got people that never heard of this man finding out his speeches, going through his stuff, writing books. You got books on Charlie Kirk's life and death on Amazon as we speak.
Damn.
Yeah. So sometimes,
they expedited
and
the
what
shit
I
out of
mean
that.
by sometimes as people, and we all learned this when we were younger. Leave alone that which don't concern you. I'm very indifferent towards him dying. I don't have any feelings, good or bad. And I think it needs to be studied. And until I don't think they're going to find out the person that did it. I just don't. I think this was a warning. People do not want us to continue having our constitutional rights. It does not serve the agenda. Because in that constitutional right, for those of us that have a bit of understanding of the constitutional right, one of the things that we say here a lot is foreign and domestic. And that's a threat to what the deep state got going on. And I'm going to land my plane.
Man, shout out to brother Q, man. Q, that martyr piece. It was an attempt. Well, I would say, with as much respect I can give the ancestors, that was a failed attempt as far as martyring Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. See, I would say that I would say the sense of resistance, any means necessary, particularly mantra from Malcolm X. Black folks don't live like that. It ain't no by any means necessary from a collective of us. No. So this is why I say that was a failed martyr attempt or sacrifice from each of those brothers.
I may disagree only because
Go for it.
their physical presence is not here, but their words continue to live on. I mean, people are still quoting Malcolm. Malcolm passed away in 1965. We're now at 2025, and they're still quoting Malcolm. That's a martyr.
No,
And
well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you
Go ahead.
finish that. No. Well, look. Yes, I mean we quote them. We quote them on this program. However, I will say there are less people now, as far as black folks,
Mhm.
who embrace the action part. The action part with which those two brothers conducted themselves.
Right.
That's what's missing. We got no problem repeating some fly shit now. We got no problem doing that. But the doing of it all collectively is gone. That's why I say there is a failure.
Well, I would say this. I think when you had the assassination of Malcolm and Martin and the blowing up the MOVE organization in Philly and the dismantling of the Black Panther Party, that shocked the black community. And it's not until recently that we have watched those folks who were a part of that experience begin to wither and pass away. And the new generation who don't have that same fear have taken up the baton and beginning to resist and remind or tell people now, I am not my ancestors. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you. You swing on me, I'm gonna swing on you. That's what we're seeing right now. You know.
Well, go ahead, Wolf. Go ahead.
No, so I think that again, is it a long time coming? Yes. A lot of our resistance now come from a lot of people who have the energy to fight, but don't have the history. They haven't.
Hold on. Spin that back. Say that again, sir.
A lot of the young people right now, they have the energy to fight, but don't have the history. And one of the greatest quotes by Malcolm, he said, history is best rewarded to those who do the research. He'd always say, history is best rewarded to those who do the research. In the era of social media, in the era of Google, Gronk, Chat GPT, we all have a living, breathing, walking encyclopedia right on our waist, in our hands, but we fail to do the research. We want quick snips. We get a very short attention span. Right?
Hey, that goes right back to the doing part, Wolf. That goes right back to the doing. That's why I say, we got no problem regurgitating the good, the motivating, what should be the motivating mantras or cliches with which our people use to galvanize and get people moving. Got no problem regurgitating that. In our spirit, though, it has to follow with action. A lot of people are paralyzed, Brother Wolf. Subconsciously and mobily, they're paralyzed.
But that's why I've said to you and to anybody who would hear my voice,
I'm with it.
for the last at least 2 years, that our self-preservation switch has been deactivated for a long time.
Come on with it, God damn it.
Black America's self-preservation switch has been deactivated and is slowly being reactivated. But as long as we got those who are still weak, among us and who's been emasculated and castrated and neutered out here, talk about no justice, no peace, they got to go. Immediately. I mean that.
God damn it. Shout out to our brother ABM for checking back in. We had the conversation tonight, motherfuckers ain't really leave up out of here today. Salute to all of y'all that still checked in with us, man. Look, I want to play this because this is one of the this gentleman right here is completely outraged. Now, based off simply what you brothers have just exchanged with me, I understand his tears. Do I have the luxury of sympathizing with it? No, I don't. I understand we are at war. This is war. Okay? This is war. Whether it involves us fully right now on that particular sector of the war, but it is war. So I don't a part of my mind is like, I need to hold down my family, my circle, my area. I need to take care of home first before I can throw a cape on. I ain't got an extra cape. I don't have no extra one in storage. You understand me? So I get that when you say Charlie, in a sense, is a martyr for this young man. This guy right here that's losing his shit. Let me go ahead and play this. Fair use for everybody that's in here. Fair use.
That's bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. And this murder Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie?
Now, hold on. Now, I'm playing that clip, that particular portion. I'm going to rewind it a touch. Did y'all catch what he said? He said he wasn't even talking to you people. That, out of this whole thing, is what stood out to me the most. My spidey senses went up. Like, what? He's not even talking to you people. Who is this guy talking about? And my thing is to the family out here, like, when these patriots, these patriot people go out and listen to Charlie, are they absorbing and receiving the same kind of message that we are as Black Americans, right? Like, I feel like there's, like, sometimes to me it comes off as a world within a world, y'all. The way we register or digest whatever's being spoken, it hit different on our ears, as it should, right? Because we have a different lived experience, right? But this guy just said he wasn't even talking to you people. Why'd you have to kill him? I'm going to rewind it. Check this. Y'all listen to yourself. Let me try to. That was interesting to me. I'm like, who is he talking about? Fair use.
Gosh damn it! Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people! Who shot Charlie Kirk?
Did y'all hear that? What is the interpretation? What say you, Brother Wolf?
I didn't really make it out, but I'll say this. I mean, is Utah, is that a conservative, is that a red state or blue state?
Salute, Meech.
Red.
I believe
Red.
So
okay.
he talking to his red folks. Why would somebody shoot him in a red state? But again, because the nation's so pulverized, look, we're in a psychological or an ideological civil war. We're witnessing white folks fight for the direction of this nation. Where it's going to be the next 50 years. It's going to be red, it's going to be blue. And white folks are ready to go to war.
Could you repeat that again? Could you repeat what you
Wolf,
just said?
yeah, I'm gonna follow you with that, Q. Brother Wolf, are you saying this is the Confederacy versus the Union? Is this the war part 2 all over again? Is this what we seeing, Wolf? Is that what you're saying, sir? The
Absolutely.
North versus the South again, sir? Quote unquote South?
Absolutely. This is an ideological war for the next 50 to 100 years. And they playing for keeps, family. They're playing for keeps. Look here, they don't mind shedding blood. We are the ones who hesitant. They don't mind shedding blood. Okay?
Spin that back one more.
They come from a blood culture, a bloodthirst. Remember, the Irish was always fighting against the Scottish. They always had their feudal wars, but they came together and said, you know what? We got to stop fighting each other and fight some brown people, some black folks.
Come on.
This is an ideological war for the next 50 to 100 years. And it's playing for keeps. Okay?
Ideological war, you say, Brother Wolf.
Absolutely.
Check this out. Now I know we've been on Dr. Umar head, y'all, right? But ideology is also a form of power, as far as I'm concerned, right? And there has always been a struggle between which side of these parties would control everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Power struggle has always been a very real thing. That's why we're more likely to see black folks have new money, as they call it, than having generational money. All right? But let me play something, and I want y'all to percolate. Let's put all the biases and the opinions aside from this cat. I don't know who I was about to say clown, but I'm not even going to say that. Just listen to what the dude's saying. Clock could be right twice sometime. I don't know who fucking it'll hit 12 sometime. But check this out. Fair use.
Why do you think? Because once you get so much money, right? I heard the only thing that beats racism is capitalism. So once you get to a certain threshold of money, it's like, why assassinate the character of a Puffy or a Jay-Z? What is the significance of it?
Well, first of all, capitalism cannot beat racism because racism invented capitalism. White people are serious about power. Black people are serious about money.
That's what I want y'all to percolate on. I want y'all to percolate, marinate, whatever you got to do, where them fans at, whatever you got to do in this moment. Okay? Let that sit with you. And you tell me how many Negroes, okay, are fighting to have power other than saying black excellence. Hit you with the black excellence. With the mimosas and the bullshit. Niggas don't fight for power. Niggas fight for riches. And interesting, even in this clip here, he's talking about a Jay-Z.
Well, watch this. Why would they fight for power? Let me ask you a question. Why would black people fight for power?
Why wouldn't we? We need it.
When you don't even know your purpose in the earth.
Come on.
See, white people, Asians.
I beg your pardon?
And even now, the Indian community understand their purpose in the earth. And that's to dominate. Asians want to dominate everything. Whites want to dominate everything. The Indians that come up, they're looking at, we need to dominate too. But black people, we just want that paper. And be told what to do. Know their purpose. My purpose in the earth is to always dominate anything around me and everything around me. You don't have to be loud to dominate. You just know your role in the earth. The average black man, if I ask you, what's your purpose, man? or what's the purpose of man? See, these white folks will take this Bible and look at Genesis 1:26 and see that God told that God told Adam to have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, over the creepers. They take that literally. To them, that's like manifest destiny to them. We come here to rule. Who? Any and everybody is in our way. Black folks, they don't think like that. They want to, can we just get along? Can we share?
Oh, wait, hold on, Wolf. I'm gonna have to go to Q after this. Then I gotta go to Brother ABM. Are you saying that the fake it until you make it was taken literally by a lot of black folks? And it doesn't mean in the sense of power over anything, but just the faking until you get the riches. The substance, the material. Black folks are driven by the most material aspiration than anything else, is what you're saying.
I'm saying it's beyond fake it till you make it. I'm saying there's a group of people, because the Bible didn't come from the Western hemisphere, it came from the East. Say this again. The Bible and all your books of religion come from the East. But when our white brother came across it and he read it, he appropriated the scriptures. He took on the identity of the very people that we are, that we lost our minds. Okay? And they said, we will become that thing. We will what? Dominate in all industries. We would dominate everywhere we go. And they put it in writing. They even put a manifest destiny in place that everywhere they go, you bring them under you. You subjugate the natives in that land. Okay? We're afraid to dominate and rule. But they're not afraid to dominate or to rule. And that's where you have to shift our thinking, go from being the servant to the masters. Unapologetic.
Yes, indeed, brother Q. Do you agree with our brother Wolf sentiment that, for the most part, Black America never had a mindset of conquest? We are voluntary prisons of war.
Let me say this, that given the context of Brother Wolf just spoke about with the way the question was presented towards Dr. Umar, the height of Black excellence might have been right after slavery.
Come on, Q.
We didn't have money, but we had true power.
Come with it, Q.
They couldn't take care of their kids. They couldn't till their land. They needed us to do everything. So we had more power then than we had now. And those that represent us, those that say that they represent us, whether they're activists and whether they're activists or elected officials, they've shown us time and time again it's more about money than it is power. This is what the Boule teaches us. That they will keep us as indigent servants as long as they making money, because they don't want us to ever get in power. Under no circumstances could we ever get in power and know that we got power. So they get the tokens, they get the people that will climb up the economical ladder and make them think because you got so much money, you got power. And this is why you see them use that very same money to destroy them. Dr. Cosby, Puffy, Jay-Z to an extent. They literally broke R. Kelly and then said, oh, he can't read and write. Huh? All that music he wrote, no money outside of his distorted behavior. But this is what they do. This is the system, because the system will allow you to get money, but won't allow you to get true power. And they'll never allow somebody who understands what true power is to be in a position to have influence over others. Because we're either too scared or unwilling to share that type of power amongst each other. And I hope I was able to answer your question to the best of my ability, Brother Chef.
No doubt, brother Q. No, listen. Um, well, I would say outside of presenting things with a great deal of emotion, fire to it. Unfortunately, collectively, we are broke. We are broken people,
Not
collectively.
always. Yeah, collective. Not
That's
always.
what I said. No, collectively only. Not, let's look, Wolf. You and I. No, look, don't do that. I know individually someone is flying high at this motherfucker. My God.
And
But
this is why Brother Wolf's statement that he loves to say is so truth profound, and we laugh at it, but it's the truth. In order for us to get in the condition or in the position that we need to really be in to have true liberation, we're going to have to step over some caucuses. We're going to have to weed out those from amongst us that aren't in our best interest, that aren't collectively in our best interest. And until we did do that, we're going to be stuck in quicksand.
look.
The phrase that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to say, check yourself so others don't have to.
Right. That part. Let me play the rest of this, and then I'm going to you, brother ABM, if you in the building, man. Play the rest of this because again, take what you need throughout the rest, family. That's the way I listen and take in content per se. Fair use.
It's the big difference between us. This is why a white man could be worth $10 billion. You will never know it. You will never know it. A black man will be worth $10, and you think he's worth 10 million. Right?
Right.
So white people are about control. You see? Control. Black people want to own things. White people want to own situations.
That grifter said some shit right there, though. That scammer said a word. Let me go to brother ABM, man. Brother ABM, sir, talk to me, man. Have Black America ever had a sense of conquest? And if not, I mean, is that our only way out for what appears to be ultimately genocide for our people collectively? What say you, brother ABM?
Black people had a sense of urgency, had a sense of what power really is, but we lost it. Black people were sold out by the boule in the 60s. The civil rights movement, when you wanted to integrate with people who hate you in order for you to have rights, okay? The boule sold us out. The so-called black leadership sold us out. When Martin Luther King got whiffed of it, they killed him. They offed him.
They got him, right.
They got rid of anybody from that era that was going to be of any resistance. We've been screwed ever since. Okay? I mean, that's just the long and short of it. And then on top of it, black people are mentally fucked to where you don't understand we're being genocided, because most niggas, I said yesterday, black men, black women, reparations is giving them some white pussy. Give a black man some white pussy. That's most black men's reparation. Same thing with most black women. Give them a white man. That's their reparation. Most black people do not want to admit that this is a culture war that we've been witnessing the last decade. And unlike black people, all these other people are serious. While people bitch about the Republicans and the conservatives, if you really look at this, it looks like the left, they're the ones that ain't playing games.
They really ain't for it. Right.
You killed Charlie Kirk, public execution. Say what you want to say about the man, one way or the other, but he was off. You damn near off Donald Trump publicly.
Went at him 3 times.
Somebody showed up at Nick Fuente's house. The left is not playing around.
For keeps.
Dog, they're not playing.
Laying niggas down.
You worried about some hillbilly with a Confederate flag bumper sticker on the back of his F-150. You better be worried about that fucking Democrat.
And ABM, you're a student of history. The left has always been violent.
Always.
Come on, Q.
A lot of black people do not. Most black people don't want to admit this, and we're caught in the middle. You can't sex your way out of this. You just talked about these rich niggas. You can't rich your way out of this. You can't money your way out of this. They brung in your replacements.
Hey, ABN, just to add some context to what you said, watch this. The left party has always been rooted in slave patrols.
Come on.
Plantation patrols. I'm talking about these badges, these shields. This police department was birthed out of slave patrols coming from the left. The KKK, the hooded ones.
Facts.
About that, huh?
Facts.
But I'm gonna let you keep talking. I just want to just add that. But you know what? You cooking right now. Let me say no more.
Yeah.
Bro, most of us are gonna have to go. It's kind of like that story in the Bible about who was it, Lot? God said, leave and don't look back. That's what those of us who want to survive this shit, that's the attitude we're gonna have. We're gonna have to find some way or another to get whatever little crumbs we can get, whatever we can obtain, and hold on to that shit for dear life. And all these other cats, all these other people that just want to be dumb, play stupid, act like they don't know what's going on, dog, you're gonna have to go. It's not gonna be my job to help you. These people are serious.
Yeah.
We've been saying, arm yourselves, get your concealed carry, stock up on ammunition, train, practice. Nobody's listening.
That part, brother, that part. And that's why I be saying these folks ain't serious.
Nah, they not.
They're not serious.
Look, gentlemen. Here's what we look at, and here's what I look at. I'm gonna say
Chef,
this.
so you really gonna show this?
Here's what I look at. Nah, I did, but I'm gonna stop it, man. I'm going to something else. Here's what I look at. Y'all. I now look at the bigger quote unquote platforms and quote unquote voices in the black community for the unserious nature of what it is. See, when you're a true threat to the system, you get offed. When you're a true threat to the order of things, R.I.P. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, shit, even Brother Khalid Muhammad, although some say he wasn't of the lineage.
Well,
Right.
Chef, watch this. If you're that off, you'll be discredited. These days, they don't want to make martyrs. They want to, you know what, find something in that past that we can, because we're so morally. We want somebody who hasn't made any mistakes. That's the problem with black folks. Our fighters can't make no mistake. And if you find one bad mistake, then it just destroyed anything they've done. You think about Elijah Muhammad, when people found out about the relationships with some of the women inside the temple.
Do you know how many?
We can't listen to him no more. We're looking for this perfect person. It ain't one. Because once you look in the mirror, you realize, you know what, you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So you don't have to be killed these days. They just find something to undermine your credibility. It can be something simple as, he's divorced. Or, he may be a deadbeat dad. Or something. Anything to discredit this person. Because once we get it, we pile on. Remember, P. Diddy was, everybody wanted to be P. Diddy at one time. You bought all the Sean John. You had the glasses.
Come on, don't revive me. That shit got dead. Don't talk.
You know?
Hey, God damn it. Look, God, I think I bought me another Sean John last week. That just the cologne, just to have it. That shit smell good. Fuck what you talking about. Go ahead. That.
Once they, put out some information on him that we didn't agree with, he's the worst.
But here's the difference that I noticed, Brother Wolf.
Go ahead.
Trump can be accused of grabbing coochies and everything. 10 toes down.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Look. Look. We've gotten in our way for so long, our own way. We've blocked our own blessings in so many different occasions. One where you look at a situation where folks say, we're living in this time where ain't no leader.
Stop.
Chef C, one of the things that a lot of people that have stepped into this space, whether you want to say you're a content creator or an influencer, and you start speaking about issues of liberation or whatever, there is no safe space.
Right, that part.
There is no safe space. All throughout today, we've seen political figures, some of them say that there is no space for political violence. Do they know about the Boston Tea Party?
Come on.
This country was founded on political violence. It's the core of this country that if you disagree with somebody politically, unfortunately, it gets physical, and in some cases it has led to death. It led to Malcolm's death. It led to Martin's death. It led to Kennedy's death.
Come on.
It led to Abraham's death.
It led to Octavius Cato's death. But go ahead.
Yes, this is America. This is who Americans are. Most people cannot not accept difference in dialogue, difference in opinion, difference in thought. And this is why I'm going to keep reiterating. For him to get killed on a college campus where when you we send our kids to college to critically think, to learn how to critically think and announce, and that 9 out of 10 that a grown adult killed another grown adult on a college campus. This will change how people voice their opinion, voice their views, and your opinion and views should be respected. You should be able to say what you want to say without consequence, and definitely not losing your life. So I say that to not make it appear that Charlie Kirk was a friend to the Black Americans. We know he wasn't. We know he wasn't an ally. We know he was a very misinformed 31-year-old that had no understanding of Black American history. 9 out of 10, he was a student of eugenics. If you listen to some of his rhetoric.
That part, Q.
So the idea of what he had, his concepts, beliefs, and like Brother Juan said, that this is an ideology war that unfortunately with him dying, the very ideology that he preached and talked to people and got people to agree with him again cannot be refuted until the next person arises because they made him a martyr.
That's right.
Whoever killed that man made him a hero, man. I know it seems far-fetched, but you will see Charlie Kirk statues running around here.
And his shirts.
And
Yes.
I believe it was.
I'm not sure.
And
20%.
I believe it was
So
strategic.
that's why
80% percentage.
I believe it was strategic, y'all. And what you
Quite
said
possibly.
earlier, Q, I initially was coming from a place where I'm like, yo, them libs really crashed out. But I think it was a little partnership going on with this one.
Mhm.
I believe it was a little partnership because at the core of everything, ladies and gentlemen, for me, I'm looking at two wings of the same bird. Don't get it twisted to me.
All right, so watch this.
Talk to me.
There is an undergirth in our and we say deep state, but there is a undercurrent in our social conscious, in our media, in our government that literally are trying to take away our Constitution. It is a threat on the republic. You know how they say, "Oh, this person's
To the
attacking
republic,
democracy."
man.
No.
Come on.
They're not attacking democracy. They're threatening the republic.
To the republic for which it stands. Brother Q. Go ahead. Yeah.
And this is why all of these things that we see that's going on, it all coincides. This is not a coincidence. None of this stuff.
So watch this, Q.
None of
I
it.
agree with you. I agree with you. Keep on cooking, brother. Go ahead.
Nah, he cooking. Go ahead. Cook.
No,
Q.
go ahead. I'm done.
Go ahead, Wolf.
This is
Motherfuckers
why
coming with it tonight.
This is why I posted in the chat the First Amendment, because many people don't even know what the damn First Amendment is. All they know is freedom of speech.
Okay.
So I
let's go back
posted in
there.
the chat. It says the First Amendment protects the fundamental rights of religion, okay, speech, the press, okay, assembly, and the right to petition the government, meaning we get lawyers to sue the government to get the rights we want. Okay? Charlie Kirk was on board with the First Amendment. And he promoted the Second Amendment, which what? I put that in the chat too. The Second Amendment.
Yeah, let's go there then.
Okay?
Okay.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state and the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. My class today, I reminded my student You don't have a First Amendment without the Second Amendment.
Come on.
The First Amendment is just words on paper until you can enforce it. You don't have laws unless you have the might to enforce it. And many people in America, white and black, hate guns, and they hate the Second Amendment, and they hate the First Amendment. Many people don't want you to have a religious right. They don't want you to have the freedom of the press. They don't want you to have freedom of speech. They want you to be censored, like they censored on their necks, like they censored the patriarch, like they censored Dr. Short in his program, The Angry Black Man, or Let's Talk. Okay? So, again, like Q said, there were some things of Charlie I'm down with. I'm up with. First Amendment, I'm up with that. We're going to protect my religious rights. Okay? You're going to protect my freedom of speech. You can protect the press. I should be able to say what the hell, or even type what I want, or read whatever magazine, whatever paper's out there. And I should be able to come together peacefully and assemble. And if I don't agree with the government, I got a right to get lawyered up and file redresses and grievances. That's that First Amendment. Okay? But many of us, we would give up our rights just for comfort. You would give that gun up just for comfort. Like I told my student today in class, America is probably one of the only nations in the world where you have more guns than citizens.
Come on.
It's 340 million Americans, but it's 400 million guns on the record. And I will protect my right to have my shotgun, my rifle, my revolver, and my semi-automatic handgun, and possibly my M203 grenade launcher also.
Okay. All right. Let's be very clear. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Umar.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah. Look. I'm going to go to Brother ABM, but I want to play this, because, again, I've heard for such a long time standing on business, 10 toes down. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Now, I'm going to play this. Hold on.
Of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
So
80% of blacks do not have a stable father around. It is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a or a criminal.
And why
it's
do
not
you
a
think that's
racism
a
problem.
problem?
It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women
And
that they have
why,
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community. And it
so
shouldn't
it's
be.
culture. Okay.
Don't take my
I
word
see.
for it. Read Thomas Sowell's own book on how black culture allows single motherhood to continue into a nanny state type practice.
The reason I premised before I started to play this clip, and I'm going straight to you, Brother ABM. This is what I have to be honest about. Some folks ain't going to like it. Okay? I don't have the luxury of caring right now. But nevertheless, yeah, he has security. But Charlie was on the ground talking like this. Charlie was in the quote unquote streets talking like that. Charlie gave whatever melanated person the opportunity to challenge him. And for the bout it's, in my eyes, from the person I used to be, shit, you had space and opportunity to go head up and put them in your back pocket. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. And this is when I say a tribute to Charlie. Right? Because I'm talking about the character. Yes, Charlie was a smart cat. I'm not going to take that away because I feel a certain way about the guy. I have my own opinions about the guy. He was smart. He also understood, and that wife of his understood what signal boosting could mean for their family. She decided to stay with. He decided to continue with his rhetoric. Some of our folks say chickens have come home to roost. Right? Other parts of our people were saying, listen, you got to pack this motherfucker up because when they go low, I'm not going high when it come to Charlie. And anybody that's like him. When Charlie went low, some say they go to hell. Huh? But again, we gotta. This is what I understand. The man's character told him, like, listen, if I'm gonna be out here like this, I'm gonna get in front of your face. I'm not gonna say it behind your back. I like that kind of upfront racism. I like it. Or in some regards, I would say upfront transparency. Right? I don't even think I can call it racism, because Charlie had, he couldn't slow the way I get my money, right? And even a good amount of my family either. He can't slow the way they make their income. So his quote unquote racism doesn't prevent anybody from making a living in my family or most of the community. That's how I look at racism. Okay? The implementation of something. But Charlie got in your face with it. That's my point. He got in your face with it. Okay? And in many occasions, because of where he went, there were liberals and apologists who were the ones call themselves speaking on the black plight. Now, some of those colleges, ladies and gentlemen, did have a population of black folks. Small, be it that, but still a population of black folks who could have said some shit to Charlie, and they chose not to. And if they felt itchy and they needed that shit scratched, many of them chose not to go head up with him. Right? So I'm looking at this thing and I say to myself, man, I can't help but go back to the black American community and look at us and say, okay, just as in this same very moment, let's be realistic and objective. We can have our biases, right? But realistically, let's look at this thing and look at it for what it is. Okay? If you are annoyed by people crying, saying, oh, why they had to get Charlie up out of here because of the things we experience on a regular basis, the flip side of that coin, because I'm not doing no devil's advocate shit, I just understand that the flip side of that coin has an opposite experience. That's just by nature. An opposite lived experience and interpretation. To not give a fuck just as much as many don't in this case, having seen this man get his shit split. Okay? So when a sector of our people then say to themselves, well, why don't they ever hear us? Because at a certain age, right? or a certain period in somebody's psychological development, they don't have the luxury to give a fuck anymore. And many may not have ever gave two shits. That's just the reality with which we need to get to. My brother Wolf, he tells me, listen, this is war. This is a cold war. There's carcasses that's got to be stepped over. Charlie, listen, my guy, you just one of them that's getting stepped over today or yesterday in that case. All right. Look, I don't have the luxury to care how he went out. Right. I initially felt some kind of way about the kids having bared witness to their father getting taken out. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Initially, I did feel some type of way. However, I didn't look at the millions and millions of black kids watch their parents get taken out on a regular basis. Remember when we first started this broadcast, I told you Pew Research says 36 to 38 black people are killed every single day here in the United States. 36 to 38? Now that can be for various reasons, right? Of course, right? For various reasons. But that's a lot of niggas. No point intended. Let me go to Brother ABM, man. Brother ABM, man, if you in the building, sir, listen. What does it look like? What would you say a solution looks like in as far as the public opinion of Black America? What does a solution look like if you had to even say one?
The ultimate solution would be people like Charlie Kirk get the fuck out of the way. Okay. If Charlie Kirk has a problem with fatherless homes, well, then shouldn't Charlie Kirk tell his people to get out of our way, to remove the handcuffs, so to speak, so black men can get back control of their communities? Come on. See, Charlie Kirk wants to say numbers, 80%, whatever. But Charlie Kirk would not want to have a conversation about when exactly did that happen. And then if you did want to have the conversation about when that happened, you know, the civil rights movement, when, okay, we gave the niggas rights, so now we got to come up with something else because we can't use Jim Crow anymore. So now we got to come up with something else to fuck over the blacks. So now let's come up with welfare and shit. And, oh, by the way, men can't be in the home. So then he'll just pass the buck to the liberals. He'll kick the can down the road to the Democrats. I would counter that argument and say, no, I don't want to hear this Republican Democrat shit. It's white people like you, Charlie. You're the fucking problem. You've always been the problem. And I would also ask Charlie, you know, how many black people do you even know, motherfucker? What are you talking about? Because I go outside on my porch and I see fathers and mothers in the same fucking house. What are you talking about? May not be legally married, but they living together. What fucking difference does it make?
Right.
Part of the solution is people like Charlie Kirk getting the fuck out of our way. I'm gonna tell you when I came to this conclusion. It was years ago, back when the whole Michael Vick dogfighting thing happened. And you got all these white folks all over TV. They mad as hell. Oh, he's killing dogs. Oh man, what a disgusting person. You know, in a country where you kill animals for sport. you slaughter cows by the millions, you know what I mean? But for some reason dogs are like animal royalty to white people for some reason. I don't know.
Right. Taxi derbies and all of that with the lions hanging up in the house. Yeah.
You know, you take expensive trips to Africa to go shoot a fucking giraffe, but dogs, you know, that's off limits. Okay. So anyway, I was watching ESPN and they asked Pedro Martinez about the whole Michael Vick thing. Now, for those who don't know, Pedro Martinez was a pitcher in the MLB. He from the Dominican Republic. So Pedro Martinez said, hey man, I'm from the DR. We do cockfighting down there. I don't see what the big deal is.
Come on.
And that's when it dawned on me. We're a completely different fucking culture from these people. They have no business governing us. Black people don't have a hatred of dogs. There's many black people who are dog owners, dog lovers and shit, but it's a slight difference. We don't kiss our animals in the mouth.
Come on.
And we don't let animals be on the kitchen counter, and we don't feed our animals from the Thanksgiving table.
Come on with it. Come on.
We're a completely different culture. Do we share some similarities just on a human level? Of course we do. Do we share certain similarities as we're Americans, we live in America? Sure we do. But it's just like the small hat. They have their own culture. And they have laws in place that say, you don't tell us what to do. For example, chef, you're a chef. You know this. You've seen kosher kitchens before. There's a certain way to prepare the food, certain way to wash, clean the food, clean the dishes. I used to work in a hotel. I know what I'm talking about. The Hyatt Regency had a whole kosher kitchen, separate from the others. That's the part of the solution is that right there. Black Americans need to have a certain level of autonomy, a certain level of self-governance. Get the fuck out of our way, because every time we have something, people like Charlie Kirk have come and destroyed it. Maybe my version of marriage don't have to be the same as yours. And since when have white men like Charlie Kirk ever gave a fuck about black children? When have white men like Charlie Kirk ever gave a fuck about black men going to prison? If you have a problem with so many black men going to prison, why don't you legalize drugs, for example? I mean, obviously your war on drugs hasn't worked. In fact, if you're so upset about drugs and gang banging and crime and all these things, why do so many Republicans love Ronald Reagan? You know, because after all, it was him and his CIA that brung all this shit over here in the first fucking place. And other presidents, not just Reagan, Nixon. You do everything in your power to fuck us over and then mock us when we're fucked over? And of course, he has to quote some coon, Thomas Sowell, like get the fuck out of here, dude. Right. People like Charlie Kirk should not be speaking on us. That's why he always did his shit at the places. He never came. Listen, I live in a city with 2 colleges, not 1, but 2, Coppin State and Morgan State. Why you didn't come here? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm tired of mediocre white men thinking they know shit. You don't know shit.
Come on.
And all of the things, and I'm going to sum it up with this, all of the things, all of these devices that white men like Charlie Kirk have came up with to fuck over black people always tend to boomerang back to them. Drugs, feminism, you talk about fatherless homes. How many white men are going to be in the family courthouse tomorrow filling out paperwork saying the ex-wife don't let me see my kids? This whole myth of the intact white family that has their shit together. Listen, this ain't the 80s no more, dude.
That's a full cap.
Nobody believes this Full House. Remember that TV show Full House and then
right.
all
that's
that
why,
Leave It to Beaver and all that bullshit?
Right.
Dog, those days been over, bro.
Brady Bunch. Right, come on.
Yeah, Brady, come on, bro. Nobody's believing that shit no more, dude. I've had to go to the family courthouse. I know it's packed with white men being fucked over by the same system that white men designed to fuck over black families. It's now fucking over your kid. That's why your kids are dying from fentanyl. That's why your kids are getting abducted by these illegals. All these things are things. Black people didn't come up with this shit. All of these things come from your people, Mr. Kirk, respectfully. And it always comes back to you. And it literally came back to Charlie Kirk.
Hey, on the last word, right? Our brother ABM, on his last word, packed him up. Gun violence. Let's talk about
gun violence. I'll land my plane, man.
Oh man. Look, well, check this out. Then we gonna get ready to start slow locking this thing down. Been in here 2 hours, man. Make sure y'all feel free to continue to support the program. Our sponsor today is my brother ABM. We appreciate you again, sir, with the contribution, keeping this thing open. But again, I'm just looking at when you say tribute, you know, we got to really just, I think it's necessary that we understand what a tribute can mean. It has different meanings. And in this particular, we're just going ahead and we're acknowledging the character of a Charlie. That's how I'm using tribute in this particular broadcast. Now, the brothers, again, this is the great thing about having an objective and opposite opinions on panels. You know, folks have the opportunity to back their stuff up. But where I'm coming from is a character thing. And I'm saying with Charlie's knowledge and research, you know, even we watch the pastor only in certain churches read from particular scriptures to drive their points through. So it doesn't mean that they didn't necessarily read the rest of that book, but it doesn't serve them in that moment. And Charlie's omission of certain information, when beneficial to what he's trying to drag, right? Or trying to walk down, he knew exactly what he was doing. That is the character with which I am paying tribute to. Okay? So let's go ahead and play this part here. Segregation, subjugation and enslavement. Black folks should have stayed in slavery, per se. Well, I'm gonna let Charlie tell you what he's thinking here. Fair use.
It shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad. It was evil. But what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation. But I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
The generational psyche of an entire group of people?
No, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that.
Now check this out. She's emotional. But what Charlie's saying here, I would say two things can be true. Black folks being better during slavery times, or even the possibility of committing more crimes now. But here's the reality with which that works. People commit crimes within proximity of who they're next to. So black on black is not a situation because niggas just want to kill niggas. It don't work that way. It just so happened that niggas live in that community. Okay? And you created a community where people are starved out, resource deprived or depraved, right? Education lacking. You created a savage environment, then act surprised that the result or the end product is savagery. So that's why I be looking at Charlie and I said, okay, you nitpicking, you choosing and being slick with your shit, right? But you understand what creates what. You also understand that your rhetoric was then going to produce the death threats that would come at some point to you. You just didn't believe that it would go as far as it had, but you were anticipating the influence you would gain. See, for a long time, the content creator or the influencer, right, has had little to no true consequences for what they say in these streets. That part right there. The influencer had little to no real consequences for what their rhetoric projects to the rest of the world. Now, I would say even his own assassination, let's be clear, him getting popped, I personally believe has less to even do with him directly, as opposed to what it has to do with the message that they needed to be sent. See, they needed to martyr this man, and Charlie said through his own admission, listen, don't cry for me, goddammit. I hear you, Charlie. Charlie boy, no pun intended. You said empathy is dangerous. But I'm going to go to the Wolf. Wolf, you look like you got something to say, sir. I got a clip that I need to play here. Back Charlie up. Listen, everybody, Charlie said, don't cry me no tears. I like this for me.
You gonna play the clip?
Yeah. I was gonna let you go ahead and say that while I get that clip queued up. But go ahead, brother Wolf. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab that clip. I got a clip.
Again, full disclosure, I really haven't followed Charlie like that. I don't know much about the brother, no more than what he shared and some clips I saw. So I can't really speak.
I can't stand the word empathy.
But look, I'll say to anybody who's listening to me, our words and our thoughts are always creating reality. Many of us don't put no respect in our words. We don't put no respect in our thoughts. We just think we're just saying things and it don't land nowhere. I told a group of brothers the other day, we are three parts, man. We are seed, we are soil, and we are water. And you need to know what part you're playing when you're talking to somebody. Right now, I'm sowing some seeds. And right now, if you have a seed, I'm sowing some water too. Okay? Charlie, like we all have sowed some seeds. Okay? And we are soil. We receive seed. People always during the Super Bowl time, they don't spend $25 million for a 30-second commercial not to put something in your head that you can't get out. So we are seed, we're soil, and we are water. You need to know who you are at what time. Charlie sowed some seeds. And one thing about soil, the soil never asks the seed, what you doing here? If you place it in the soil, it's coming up. It's coming up. When? I don't know. Could be tomorrow, could be next month, could be a year from now. These seeds were sowed early, and it's harvest time.
Shout out to no. You getting philosophical on it with that interview with the vampire talk.
He's biblical. You reap what you sow. Says that in the Bible. Mr. Kirk fancied himself a Christian.
ABM.
And that's in the New Testament.
Yeah.
You plant apple seeds, expect a fucking apple tree to grow, bro. I mean, you can't plant apple seeds and expect cabbage.
Come on.
Charlie Kirk planted the seeds of bigotry, racism, hatred. That's not Jesus Christ-like, as I read the New Testament. Charlie Kirk's another fake white Christian who basically just lies on the Bible. And of course, just a segue, sidebar for a moment. He bends over and spreads it for Israel. He busted open for Israel.
Come on.
Just going to throw that out there. Typical white Christian in America.
Man.
So, I mean, hey, if you're a Christian, then you should already know where that's going. You plant the seeds of hatred, guess what's going to grow? And he received it. Am I saying he deserved? I'm not saying that. I'm just simply pointing all of this out. I agree. Hey, you got a First Amendment right, bro. You can express yourself and have your views and opinions, and nobody should harm you for that. But you know what? I also live in reality.
That's true.
Come on.
Facts.
I live in the real world. See, I'm from the hood. And in the hood, you learn at an early age. Watch your mouth.
Watch your fucking mouth. Come on. That shit.
You learn early. And I'm not talking about from your mama. I'm talking about other little kids. Somebody might just break your damn jaw one day because you said the wrong shit. Mm-hmm. Charlie Kirk didn't learn that lesson. He's been a privileged little suburbanite all his life. Living in a cul-de-sac and a driveway and lawn and all that shit. You didn't come up the hard way like the rest of us for all this bootstrap shit that people like him like to talk. You never had to pull your bootstrap. You never had to do that. So you never learned these valuable lessons. And it cost you in the end. And like I said earlier, you talking all this fatherless home shit. Well, now your kids are in a fatherless home.
ABM. God.
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
God.
What? Yeah. You reap what you sow, buddy. I'll land.
Where Q at? Q. Shit. We need Q to break this up. Q.
Here.
Man, tap in, man. Tap in, goddamn shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. The way ABM just dropped that, because if you really keep it simplified, man, like
there isn't much more I could add to what has been said. And though I am always going to be an advocate for our Constitution, and I always say freedom of speech is free, but it does come with consequences. And if you're not willing to deal with the consequences that come with it, you might as well just keep your mouth shut. I find it interesting that Charlie Kirk, when you look at the people that he even had conversations with, number one, those were not black people.
Come on.
And number two, they were not who I would consider intellectuals.
That part. Come with it.
It's a low-hanging fruit. Anybody could spew out stats that lack context, that lack any historical understanding. He basically grew his platform with ease. Very easy to grow a platform.
They Ronda Rousey them, man. They cooked him up like they was trying to cook Kamala up. But anyway, go ahead.
It's very, very easy to, when you look at platforms, and this is the thing, is that platforms, for the most part, when you're dealing with social media, they feed into a certain narrative. And that narrative feeds what we call the algorithm. And they grow and grow and grow. And anything that feeds into a popular narrative, right, wrong, and indifferent, it will grow. You're always going to find, it's like water. When you got water, water's going to find a home. Right. That's how narratives and algorithms are. And this is what we see. You come on, Chef C. We support a guy, and I ain't saying no names because I know you support him as well as me. We support a guy who literally has a YouTube channel, and he don't do nothing but show squirrels, and it grows. It grows. And shout out to him for being able to tap into that type of algorithm. But this is what Charlie Kirk has done. He's done what these great Gen Z guys are doing is they find something to griff onto and they hold on to it. And like our brother ABM said too, he reaped what he sowed. It led to his demise. He fed the algorithm, and the algorithm, all pun intended, shot it back at him.
Come on.
And I'm gonna land my plane.
Come on, Q, man. Look, don't get it twisted, y'all. I ain't laughing at Charlie. I am just very clear about what the scenario is. And I guess I would say this, and I allude to the brother Wolf with this. What you say can and will be used against you. And that is in the court of public opinion. Huh? What you say can and will be used against you in a court of public opinion. A good enough amount of people thought that this man was danger to them, that something had to be done. That is the court being in session when it comes to Charlie. His character, which we attribute to, triggered enough of people. His rhetoric triggered enough of people to say, all right, enough is enough. Send the bird out. Send the bird out. But at the same time, we got to understand, Charlie said, listen, don't cry me no damn river. That's dangerous. Fair use.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage. But
okay, I got you, Charlie. I got you. That's why I say, listen, when I say to you, I'm not being insensitive. I'm actually honoring the guy. Huh? I'm actually honoring Charlie. When I say I don't have the luxury to give him two fucks.
Look at that head.
Come
on. I'm just saying, look at that head. That's a big fucking head.
We look, Charlie, if you want to put some respect on Charlie, he said don't cry him no motherfucking rivers. It's dangerous if you do that.
He thought he was tougher than what he was. Nah, I don't believe in empathy. He wanted to be a tough guy. Okay.
Look. The most shocking thing about shock value is that it ultimately leads to a shocking outcome. Okay? No point intended. But yeah, a lot of people are shocked that he got his shit split. But when you chase shock value and shit that you say because you know it will trigger folks, well, don't be shocked when some shit happens. Anyhow.
Well, I'll say this. I think that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Many of us, again, I'm going to say this. Many of us don't put the respect on our thoughts in our words. How many times you thought about something to somebody and they called you or they popped up?
Come on.
So imagine if your thought is that powerful that when you think about somebody and they call you, how much more powerful when you release that word out your mouth? when you say something and your words become flesh. Your thoughts become reality. No different for Charlie Kirk or anybody out here who's talking. I'm not exempt. I talk about guns all the time and shooting and firearms. So would you be surprised if the wolf got shot? Because I'm talking about the guns?
Oh, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. So many of us listen to Charlie, heard what he had to say. His words became flesh. His thoughts became a reality. And many of us right now, our thoughts, right where you are right now, I can trace your present situation to your thoughts and to your words. And you ain't really tell me nothing. How you living and how you thinking, it's all about your thoughts. Charlie's no exception.
Shout out to Cut the Check, man. Look. We done got deep pause.
We need some donations in this joint.
Well, yeah. You know what? Let's take a quick break. We're gonna see if cats want to keep this going. I mean, they piled in here. They in this motherfucker. We're gonna see if they want to keep it going.
As we should, people watching, and we should have some donations right now because you're getting some stuff that you ain't got nowhere else online. I mean that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to brother ABM being our sponsor right now. If you'd like to become the co-sponsor, it's $25 contribution to match ABM. If you would like to be the sole sponsor, you have to surpass that with a $30 contribution. Or if you just want to put on a GP, hit the Cash App, $ FTS49, or the Vimeo at From the Soil, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take this quick commercial break here, y'all. Quick commercial break. We're going to be right back, y'all. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Salute. We have no more contributions, so we will be shutting this thing down. I want to say a major salute to our brother Q for coming in and doing what he does. Excellent conversation from Brother Q tonight. And I want to definitely send a major salute to our brother ABM, who was our sponsor, well, is our sponsor of tonight's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. So salute to him again for keeping this. He's the reason this damn thing kept going. That's a fact. Because I'll shut this motherfucker down in a heartbeat, goddammit. But salute to brother ABM, man. And the rest of y'all, feel free to hit that like. Y'all hit the like, hit the share. And if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so as well with that. Okay. But I want to say this, the shock piece, we got to look at the his contributions, the tribute to Charlie, character and all. He gave, at least far from me, it's some things he gave me to think about. Okay. And when I say that, I wouldn't be shocked if my brother Wolf got shot. I wouldn't be shocked if any of the brothers who regularly come and talk that shit. It is a price that is often, or there's an exchange that comes when people want to advocate for whatever causes that they are strongly believe in. There's a cost, monetarily, financially, and maybe that ultimate cost. Maybe. Okay, but these are the things that come along with it, and, in this situation, Charlie he's got to deal with the seeds that he sowed. So it is what it is. I will say for anybody that's, indifferent about the whole scenario, you can't make this a personal thing about you, especially when it hasn't happened to you or to anybody in your family. Okay, but what you can do is learn from the experience. If you got some gems from Charlie when he was around, yeah, take them. Do something with them gems. If you just have cemented yourself in a way and say, I don't fuck with the motherfucker regardless, then let it be on that too. You have that choice. And in some cases, if they say the man is a martyr, well, you have the choice to speak on those things and those positions with which you stand. He may have martyred himself to ensure that for you. Okay? So that's the irony of it all. Right? And I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, in this system, we have no friends. I know y'all hear this. Y'all hear it often. You've heard us say it for the last 2 fucking years. As far as this platform has been up, you've heard us say this. You got no friends. And honestly, a good amount of Black America is going to be held responsible for this man being assassinated, whether you like it or not. Okay? Whether you like it or not. So the ones that like to run around here with the
Fuck God! Everybody love everybody!
If you like that,
come on!
You like to walk around like that, just understand that it is in this system's best interest to stoke racism, conflict, etc. It is in its very necessity of survival to stoke that. You, just by walking around here, can become a casualty of this never-ending quote-unquote war. Don't be out here with your head not on the swivel. Okay? Brother Juan J. Johnson always tells us, man, do you have a rifle? Do you have a shotgun? Do you? Never mind. Let me just go to my brother ABM, man. Brother ABM, again, man, salute. You always bring your own fire, your own particular perspective to the conversation. So we appreciate you tapping in and definitely keeping the doors open tonight. So any last words from you, brother ABM? Okay, he probably got zipped. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna go to the wolf. Matter of fact, hold on. I am not going to the wolf just yet, sir, because wolf, I'm going here, sir. I'll be right back.
Stack you hard, fool.
Yes, indeed, Brother Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth himself is there, sir. Any last words you got for us, sir? And if there's anything coming down the pipeline, please share with the audience.
So on this date, 9/11/2025, this is actually the memorial date for 9/11.
Correct.
And that it's amazing how one death has actually moved that whole celebration that we've been doing for years. Nobody's even discussing 9/11.
None of it.
I mean, 9/11 has just been put in the corner because of this event with Charlie Kirk. Since I know this video is going to be around for posterity, beyond me, I will send my condolences out to the family. I'm not an advocate for violence.
Mm-hmm.
So I teach firearms. I teach you how to stop the threat. But again, I think that we should be able to have a dialogue without it ending in somebody being killed. I would hate to be on the stage discussing firearms and how to be responsible gun owners, gun users, and somebody decide, you know what, to take me out in front of my friends and family. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. But is that a possibility? Yes, it is. Why? Because of what I do. I'm very aware that when I put out into the ecosystem that being a responsible gun owner is not a suggestion, it's a right of the people. I know what I'm saying. When I ask the question, have you considered a shotgun? Have you considered a rifle? Have you considered a revolver? Have you considered a semi-automatic handgun? There are people out here who hate the fact that I'm making those considerations and asking those questions. Okay? So what's down the pipe for me is this. I need you guys to go find somebody to show you how to become responsible gun owners, gun users. Whether you go to lwf.com or lwft.com, or whether you go to wherever you are in your state, your county, or your city, I need you to become responsible gun owners, gun users immediately. This should be a wake-up call to you right now. It should be a clarion call to you to protect yourself, protect your family, your friends, your community, your city, and possibly your state and your nation. Again, we've said it time and time again that we are at war, family. Whether you like it or not, we're at war. And so it would behoove you to become responsible gun owners, gun users. Not tomorrow, today. And I'll land my plane with it.
Yes, indeed, Brother Juan J. Johnson, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all definitely go check our brother out, Brother Juan J. Johnson, LWFtraining.com, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? Brother ABM, did you get out the matrix? I think they must have zapped the brother all the way. Yeah, they packed ABM up. But salute our brother Cut the Check in the chat too. Salute. And salute to Sister Star. Good to see you, sis. Look, ladies and gentlemen, man, one hell of a broadcast, one hell of a conversation, and salute to all of y'all that stayed in here with us for today. Gotta tell you, man, whatever way you feel about the situation, character, presence, presentation, etc., this all contributes to a lasting memory for an individual as it pertains to you. Okay? And how you present yourself. Is really determined upon how you are received in the minds of a people. Rhetoric is good. Just depends on who your audience is. Right? There will be some people who are extremely receptive to your style of delivery, your style of presentation, etc., your viewpoints. Very receptive to it. But you gotta bet and know, especially when you go up these social media streets, that there's going to be other people who can't stand what the hell you represent. Keep your head on a swivel. That's all I can say. And I want to thank everybody here that joined us today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure if you haven't liked, subscribed, or done none of that yet, make sure you do that, family. Be on the lookout for some of our other programs here that I have. The Cook Up with Chef C. That is my non-blackety-black program. That is a neutral program. So those who like to just be objective in some way, shape, or form, but learn how to cook, keep it locked with that a little bit. I'm going to start working that a little bit more as well. I do also want to encourage those who enjoy our program. We only keep it going when you support us, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie kept his momentum on the ground because he had conservative Republican people willing to finance him. If you like the way we come with it, the way we present it, we need support. Lip service ain't real service here. Okay? So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, okay, as I always say, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out of here. Salute.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.